It's the holiday season, so that means it's time for holiday treats. If you like hot cocoa, you're gonna love this week's Brittany's Bites. It is National Hot Cocoa Day, a great day to celebrate this time of year. But I think we all know how to make a cup of hot cocoa, absolutely do that. But this holiday made me think of a special cookie that I love making around this time of year. Actually, a favorite of my brother-in-law, Scott. So too bad he won't be getting any of these today. Whoops, I'll have to make some for him later. So these are hot cocoa cookies, really easy to make, super cute as well. So I got things a little bit started here. In this bowl, I have 1 entire stick of butter and an entire bag of semi-sweet chocolate chips, 12 ounces, melted. You can melt it slowly over the saucepan. I popped it in the microwave, made sure to stir it every now and then so it's all good to go. You want to have it cooling just a little bit before you add everything together. So for our dry ingredients here, we've got flour, baking powder, salt, and cocoa powder. So just any kind of cocoa powder you get in the store. I will put all of the exact measurements online, of course. And then for our third bowl here in the stand mixer, we have brown sugar, vanilla, and eggs. To get things started, we want to blend and mix up the sugar and the eggs until it gets nice and fluffy and light. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna slowly add these other ingredients. So let's get started with the mixing. Okay, this is very nice and pale and light, and that's how we want it. So now I'm gonna rotate in, you know how that goes, the dry ingredients and this additional wet ingredient, the chocolate here, and get it all mixed together until we get our cookie dough. So I'm gonna whisk this all together. All right, so now we're gonna go and rotate dry and wet and get it all mixed together. Okay. Ooh, look at that ooey gooey batter. I think this turned out great and it smells oh so chocolatey. Okay, so we have it here in the bowl. I'm gonna scrape some more off of the paddle here once I get everything scraped down on the bowl. But you can see we've got a large big bowl of nice chocolatey batter here. Once I sort of scrape down the sides and scrape that off, we're gonna pop it in the refrigerator for an hour. You definitely want this to come together. It's just too ooey gooey to form into balls to make cookies quite yet. So we're gonna do that, and then come back, put them in the oven, and then comes the fun part that really brings the hot cocoa cookie together. So we'll come back in just a little bit, about an hour. Okay, we have our hot cocoa cookie batter out of the fridge. We've had it in there about an hour so it could harden up and stiffen up a little bit because it was just too soft to make into balls before. So now we've got our silicone mat here, or you can do parchment paper, or you can just spray it really well. But man, these are a lifesaver. I love to use it. And then you can take an ice cream scooper. You can take just a tablespoon. You can use one of these little cookie scoopers, and we're gonna roll it out into balls. Okay, so scoop some. Gonna roll into a ball, and then we're gonna line them up. The oven is preheating at 325 degrees. After I get it all lined up there, we're gonna pop them in for about 12 minutes or so, and then there's actually one more step after that. Okay, I just got these hot cocoa cookies out of the oven after about 12 minutes or so. They're not quite finished yet. We still need another couple of minutes in the oven, but before we put them back in, this is where the hot cocoa part really comes in. So you get those big fluffy marshmallows, and you're gonna wanna just cut them in half. You know what works great for that? Kitchen shears. Or you can just take a knife and get them in half because they're too big. And so you wanna put the sticky part down, and you're just gonna press it a little bit in, because again, the cookies are still a little bit soft because they're not quite done. So you're gonna do that on every little cookie, and then pop it back in the oven for 2 to 3 more minutes, and then you're almost done. Okay, I'm back after finally my final batch of cookies is out in the oven, but hey, take a look. Don't they look so cute? And the marshmallows have puffed up a little bit there on top. One final step here to make them look super duper cute. So I'm just gonna transfer them now that they've cooled a little bit onto a wire rack here with another pan below, and then just to make it a little less messy and a little easier cleanup, I put some wax paper on the bottom, because now we're gonna top it off with some more fudge. And this is just a mixture, again, I'll put the measurements online, of powdered sugar, melted butter, vanilla, cocoa powder, of course, and I think that's it. So I'm gonna just take a scoopful And you just kind of want to drizzle it however you'd like. You could cover up the entire marshmallow, but I like letting it see through so people know what they're getting and they don't just wonder what that little lump is underneath the chocolate. So I think I'm just going to drizzle a little bit across like that. And yeah. Here we go. And then I tried to find just red and green or red, white, and green sprinkles at the store to make them very Christmassy, but the store was all out, so rainbow sprinkles will do. So I'm just gonna then pop this open and do a couple little rainbow sprinkles. And how cute is that? Now we have our hot cocoa cookies. Cheers, everyone. You know what happens when you bake all afternoon? It gets dark. Did you notice that at the end there?
I did.
Well,
Yeah.
if you have a recipe to share or an idea for a future segment, you can text us at 614-460-3345 or find me on social media. Those cookies, if you heard, are very popular with my brother-in-law. Too bad they're all gone. Sorry,
Oh, I know.
Sorry, Scott.
I was hoping maybe you'd bring some in, and but
There's a recipe here in the back. It's for a future segment.
oh,
Yeah, can't reveal it yet.
Okay,
I'll tell
okay.
you. I'll tell you off air.
Well, I'm waiting for it.